As we're wrapping up this Barnabas coach training, the question that is probably coming to your mind, if it hasn't already, is what's next? You know, who could I be a Barnabas to? Who should I be coaching? I would suggest that you actually pray and ask God. Ask God this question: Lord, who are the people that I should be investing in? And if you pray that prayer and consistently listen to God and begin to reflect upon it, God will start bringing you certain names to mind. When I prayed that prayer one time, I kept praying, and the Lord kept bringing one guy's name to mind, Doug. And I didn't know Doug very well. He was pretty new to our church, but as I prayed, that was the one and only name that really came to mind. And so after a while I figured, well, maybe this is God actually speaking to me. So I called Doug up and invited him out to lunch. And first thing he says when he gets in the car, he says, Bob, I'm so glad you called. I've got 1,000 questions. And see, the interesting thing was that God had already been working in Doug's life, and that set up a very natural coaching relationship that over the years, and very fruitful. And Doug is now a worship leader in a church, and has helped to plant churches and all sorts of other things that are going on. It's really kind of cool. So as you pray that, and God gives you clarity in terms of who you need to be investing in, here's one way to approach it. You just go to that person and you say, you know, I've been praying and asking God, who are the people I need to be investing in right now? And your name keeps coming to mind. Help me understand, what is God doing in your life right now? And if you've heard correctly from God, they're going to have a story that says, wow, just last week I was da-da-da-da, and I was saying, Lord, I need some help, da-da-da-da, and then you have the basis of exploring then a coaching relationship. So one approach is just simply to pray and ask God, you know, who you need to be investing in. Another question to consider and process is what are you really passionate about? What has God put on your heart? What do you really care deeply about? And as you begin to get connected with your passions, that may be a reflection of what your calling is. And out of that, then who are the people that if you invested in there as a Barnabas could really make a difference to see that lived out? And so that's another thing to think about and process. What do you really care about? What are you passionate about? What breaks your heart? What are you sensing God wants you to contribute to the advance of His kingdom? And then who are people that, if you coached along that line or alongside that journey, would really make a difference? And thirdly, of course, you want to consult and get input from your spiritual leaders and your faith community around to be able to get some clarity in terms of where could you make a strategic difference for the kingdom. Because you only have X number of hours to be able to give to something like this, and so you want to make sure that you invest those hours in the way that's going to maximize the advance of God's kingdom, the development of people, and in line with God's calling for you. And so it'll be a very exciting journey for you to explore and see how that works out, and that'll continue to progress and grow and develop as you gain experience and as God blesses your life and your ministry as a Barnabas.